Hello everyone and welcome to episode number 10, Active Directory Replication on Windows Server 2025 Active Directory Server. So please subscribe my channel logicit.in, and I have already uploaded up to the 9 series of Active Directory on Server 2025. And now this is the number 10 episode, which is Active Directory Replication on Server 2025. So let's start. So first is, what is replication, or what do you mean by AD replication? Let me open one diagram. So you see we have three sites where Active Directory servers are running. One is in New York, US. One is in Czech Republic, Europe. One is in Bangalore, India. And this become your US. So Active Directory replication is the process by which any changes you do it in a domain controller are automatically updated to the other domain controllers in the same domain or the forest. So this ensures the consistency and availability of data across the network. It means, it's simple example, I created a user Kumar. So definitely, user Kumar will be available in all the domain controllers. Domain controller 1, domain controller 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And here we have a RODC concept. So AD replications synchronize data stored in AD database ntds.tit include users and computers, group memberships, OU, group policy object, DNS zone. AD is a multi-master replication, so it means all domain controllers are peers. Any of them can accept changes. Example, there's a new employee join in Europe. I can create a new employee in the Europe Active Directory, and then it replicates to the other servers. When a change is made, example, password change or user add, it's recorded with unique update sequence number and timestamp. So assume every domain controller have a update sequence number 10. Whenever any change happened in one domain controller, it become 11 update sequence number. And this USN number will help us 11 to replicate to the other domain controllers, which is having lower USN number. Replications are two types. One is intra. Intra is within a domain controllers, within the sites, any replication between these two. It's very frequent, compressed. And replication between site A, site B, two different sites. This is site C, we called as intersites, and it's always be a RPC over IP or SMTP, and it always be scheduled. Replication topology, AD use knowledge consistency checker to automatically build the replication topology. It ensures every DC is connected to others efficiently. There are no isolated DC. Replication loops are avoided. Next concept is change tracking. Each change has a USN number, update sequence number. DC tracks changes using high watermark vector and up to retention vector. This avoids sending redundant data and prevent replication loops. And let's see how replication works. So a change has happened to a domain controllers. Example, we add a user. Update number is initially 10. After adding user, it become 11. Old domain controller is having 10. 11 will update to the 10 and the application happen. The application always happen within a site first, and by default it happen 15 seconds. Enter a site. Now the application between site A and site B, it happen when we create a site link. You see, we created a site link, 15 minutes application time between site A and site B. And this is also 15 minutes. Then based on the scheduling, this is 15 minutes, this is 30 minutes. So the application will happen from this machine to this machine. Now there is a concept called preferred budget server. When any application change happen, these are the two servers who are ready to give update to here. So who will initiate this update and who will connect out or collect the update out of two? So the ping server we called as preferred bridgehead server. So he only initiate and he only picked up, and once he received, he forward this to the next domain controller locally within 15 seconds. So in short, a change is made on a domain controller, example adding a user. The change is assigned a USN number and stored in domain controller database. The DC notify its replication partners. The partners pull the change and update their own database. So it's a pull replication. Those DCs then notify their partners and so on until the changes is replicated everywhere. Any conflict, example, I created a user Kumar. At the same time, a user Kumar is created here. When the replication happened, only one Kumar will work. And which Kumar? If name is same, replication use timestamp value. So if the same object is changed on a two domain controllers at the same time, AD use timestamp to decide which change wins. Conflicts are rare because most changes are additive or effective different attributes. But still, if still happened, only one will update it. The second one automatically show you in a different color, blue color something. We called as tail record. So out of two, only one will work at the same time. For monitoring we use repadmin, troubleshooting command. We can use DC diag, we can use event viewer, and we can use sites and services graphical tool. So summary, AD, all DCs can accept changes, multi-master, DC notify each other when changes occur, DC request changes from the partner, and it's accurate based on the USN number. How they generate the topology, to whom they need to replicate, it's called KCC, and we always do a scheduling between site A and site B based on the time, scheduling, cost. If time is same, scheduling is same, the cost matter. So, and by default locally it always be a 15 second. Let me try to show you. So I have two domain controllers, AD-SRV01, AD-02. So if I go to Server Manager, Tools, Active Directory, Sites and Services, so by default inter-site transport IP, default site link is there, subnet, default site, and two servers. So when we expand these two servers, NTDS, it creates a topology. If you see very carefully, ADC02 automatically generated replicate from ADSRV01, and ADSRV01 is saying automatically generated ADC02. So 2 is saying I will replicate update from 1, and 1 is saying I will take it from the 2. And how we get to know everything is fine, right click, replicate now. If there is a no error, it means through GUI we can check replication status. It's running on the both. Let's do one example. I go to my country US, and in IT department I'll add, let me see I'm on which domain controller, change domain controller on 01. So I'm in 01, and in US I create one user, ID 03. So now I back to my ADC02. DS site or dsa.msc. I'll make sure I connect ADC02. And you see in US, I should get the user 3. So you see, within just 10 seconds, 15 seconds, something, we will see the user in a second domain controller. So because both are in site A, default site, and in practically how we do 2 sites, so right click, new site. So example, we have a site called New York, USA. New site. Prague, Czech Republic. So relevant to this location in US, definitely you should have a subnets. Right click, new subnets. Assume in US we are using 10 series subnet, and in Prague we are using 192 subnets. So link this relevant subnet, go to the properties, link to the subnet. So you can change it. This subnet belongs to US. So you can change as per your need. And relevantly, you move your relevant servers, which actually belongs to my US. And this belongs to Prague. So that's the right way. And then you define site link. Right click, new site link between USA to Czech Republic. And then go to the properties. You define, by default is 180 minutes. So site A, site B always communicate to that application 180 minutes, means 3 hours. Minimum you can do for 15 minutes, 14 is not allowed. So I'll say every 30 minutes, change schedule to that application. And now for each server, suppose assume in New York we have 2 servers. So each server, you go there, properties, and global catalog, and define preferred widget server. So I told you, if you have 2 servers and you define one as a preferred widget server, the first, he will pick up the update and transfer to the next server in the next site. Which site? Go to the properties, who is also a preferred widget server. Now more troubleshooting tools. So first I do rep admin queue, and rep admin running command queue against full TC localhost queue contains 0 items, so it means nothing is pending. Rep admin show application. So you see rep admin show application, rep admin running command, GUI ID inbound. So we have New York, USA, ADC 02. And then we have USA ADC 02. Everything is successful. So if I say rep admin rep summary, so you see ADC02, ADSRV01 means 1 and 2, largest delta, destination, no error. Now rep admin show application to the specific server name. So we have 2 server name, say ADSRV01 is successful, and second one is ADC02. So last attempt happened 459, 456 latest. Now any error? ERRORS errors only. So nothing, no error. Q I already explained you. Now I want to do a pull replication, rep admin sync all to ADSRV02 or 01. So it's a pull replication ADSRV so there is error on that command, so then I think it's you need to do sync all finish, sync all terminated with no errors. This is a how you force Active Directory replication. And then if you need to forward this replication summary, so there's a command called replication summary and forward this to C summary.txt. So it means you have summary.txt on the status as a summary. Thank you everyone. Please subscribe the channel, and thank you very much for joining this episode number 10.